Oh, what's going on, K? Yeah. Let's climb it up, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, the word of the day was dominance. And that's exactly what they did. Welcome to the post-game show, the A to Z Sports Dallas post-game show, presented by Freeman Mazda. Hey, if you're searching for a new, used, or Mazda certified pre-owned vehicle in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, why not shop at Freeman Mazda? I can attest, I have a Mazda myself and I love it. Freeman Mazda of Irving, Texas has been a family-owned and operated business for over 60 years. They have new inventory arriving daily, especially for the new 2021 Mazda CX-5. So stop by Freeman Mazda in Irving, Texas, or go to freemanmazda.net. I love how my Mazda drives, but I love more how the Cowboys drove 40 points. Somebody in the chat earlier talked about a 40 burger, and you got it, Jesse.
Yes.
Look, drop the burgers. Look at all the burgers. I'm hungry. Feed me the burgers, chat. Come on.
Burgers.
Come on, feed me the burgers. 40 burgers on them. Any Eagle fans out there, please feel free. Please feel free to come on over.
Eagles fans? We got any Eagles fans?
We got to have a talk. Y'all want to talk about
fans.
it? Y'all want to talk about it?
Eagles fans.
No. He a Cowboy fan.
Not you.
Cool.
Yeah, we good.
We're good.
No Eagle fans? All right.
Y'all want to talk about it? I ain't think so.
They were here earlier.
I didn't think so because the Cowboys did exactly what we talked about, Jesse.
Yep.
Dominate an opponent you're supposed to dominate. Thoughts?
I love when they do what they're supposed to do. I do. Right? I said to you in the pregame, I said, in the fourth quarter, we should be chilling.
Yeah.
We should be eating sunflower seeds. It's cold and wet, dogs.
It's cold and wet, dog.
We should be eating sunflower seeds, chilling. We shouldn't have to be biting our nails all the time, right? And you leaned over doing a squinting thing. We shouldn't have to be
like one time.
But we shouldn't have to be doing that. We should be able to go into a fourth quarter and be like, this game is in the books.
Yeah.
And tonight, and again, like I said earlier, if the Cowboys want to be considered, and I say Dak and the Cowboys because we always put the quarterback with the team.
Yeah.
If Dak and the Cowboys wanted to be considered a serious Super Bowl contending team, you not only had to win this game, but you had to dominate this game. This team was not better than you. This team wasn't close to being better than you.
No.
The quarterback wasn't the same. The receivers weren't the same. The running backs weren't the same. The defense wasn't the same.
Hey, I wrote a little article on A to Z SportsDallas.com. Go check that out if you want. The article was titled, Cowboys offense will be too much for the Philadelphia Eagles defense.
Yep.
And I didn't write that because I was just talking out my butt. I watched the tape. I saw how other teams played Philly. I saw that they played to their strength. The Niners continued to pack it in and just run it at. You seen Javon Hargrave.
Right.
Like they have players over there.
Yeah.
The Falcons did the same thing, bringing in an extra tight end, bringing in a fullback. What are you doing? Spread it out and run it because they're going to play the guys back, and that's exactly what Dallas did. Ezekiel Elliott, 17 carries, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I said Zeke first. TP,
you better say Zeke first.
11 carries, 60 yards, and I'm really only going to count those two. It says 9 carries for Dak, but obviously a lot of that was kind of scrambling around,
right?
Not designed. Corey Clement just came in, closed the game. But 28 carries from Zeke and TP, 26 efficient passes from Dak Prescott, who went 21 for 26, 3 touchdowns. A little concerning on the sacks, but nonetheless, for the most part, he played a very, very clean game. And the word of the day for him always was going to be efficient. And
yes.
I thought he was, Jesse.
No, he absolutely was. And the key to the game, we talked about it early in the pregame, was attack the middle of the field.
Oh boy,
in his efficiency, 7 targets to Dalton Schultz.
He
He was your leading receiver. And then you had 3 for CeeDee Lamb. Dalton had 80 yards. CeeDee had 66 yards. Dak hit, let me bring this up. He hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different receivers tonight. You know what that tells me? That tells me that they have opened this thing up. And if you open, 4 gonna find you.
Gonna find you.
He gonna find you. And that's the thing that this Cowboys offense has. When they are clicking and they are running, they are pick your poison type offense. Oh, you want to play back? Cool, that's fine. We'll run the football. Oh, you want to load the box? Cool, that's fine. We'll beat you on the outside. Oh, you want to play cover 2 and keep our outside locked down? No problem. We'll go Dalton Schultz. We'll go CeeDee Lamb. We'll go to screen game. We will cut you 1,000 different ways. And then at the end of the game, you're wondering why you're leaking blood like a broken oil pan. And that's what the Cowboys did tonight. They gave it to you every which way that you can handle it. And this is how they should be. Kellen Moore got a little cute here and there. He got a little cute here and there.
He did.
But overall, the Cowboys are a dominant offense. And you have one of the top 8 quarterbacks in the National Football League. Allow him to do what he does. He is smart enough to know what's happening at the line of scrimmage, to decipher and dissect where the ball should go each and every time. Just let him do his thing, man, and just don't shoot yourself in the foot.
They started off that way, but didn't finish that way. The word for Kellen in this offense is adaptability. You know, you have to have that ability to go into a game like you said, hey, you want to stack the box? Cool, we'll just crush you. You want to play back? Cool, we'll run for dang near 200 yards again. I love the adaptability, and that's what I said in my caption for the article was the Cowboys' ability to be adaptable at a high level, right? It's not like, okay, we're doing this because you're making us do this. No, some teams can't run efficiently when you do that. Some teams can't pass efficiently. Dallas can. It's why I think they're one of the top 3 offenses in this league, and they had the ability this week to put it all together. Because in week 1, you went up against a dominant front 7, so you had to throw, right? Week 2, you went up against a really good passing defense, and they played back, so it made you run. This week, I didn't see anything that I could say, man, Philly, besides Javon Hargrave, right, and Fletcher Cox. I was like, well, you know what? If I spread them out, I can create alleys that way.
Right.
I don't have to run right at them. I can do things, and that's what they did. I can't wait to see the numbers, but a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, spread them out, shotgun. I mean, I love the game plan from Kellen. I love the McGovern twist. The play action was back, right? And the thing about play action, it doesn't always have to be deep to CeeDee Lamb or deep to Cedric Wilson. You know what it can be? It's Dalton Schultz for the tutty. You know what I mean? Dalton Schultz coming around, quick dump off, a 6-yard dump off turns to a 20-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
That's what play action can be. So I just feel like Dak and Kellen are on the same page, and I'll be remiss if we didn't talk about the defense. I said this was the week they had the opportunity to put it all together.
Yeah.
Week 1, you got 4 turnovers, but you couldn't really make the stops. And you were good in the run game, but you couldn't make the stops. Week 2, you had good turnovers, but there was a lot of big chunk plays that kind of kept them in the game. Week 3, I'm looking at Jalen Hurts. I'm like, he doesn't do anything that fears you throwing. Shut down Miles Sanders. What the heck did Miles Sanders do?
Nothing. We don't have to look it up. He did nothing.
2 carries.
He did nothing.
That's pathetic. And that's because the Cowboys what'd I say? Hey, Kellen, you're going to have to help me out today. I need my offense to help my defense. They went out there and did that. They got up 20-7, and that absolutely pulled them out from having to run the rock.
Yep.
And Jalen Hurts had to throw. But, man, let's talk about this defense for a second. Now, where you want to start? I felt like everywhere it was some exciting things to see.
I'm going to steal your word that you used for Kellen Moore in the offense. For the defense and Dan Quinn, adaptability. And if anybody who's been able to adapt, who has been a chameleon, it has been Dan Quinn in this defense.
Oh, my gosh. Chameleon. I love that word.
They have been what do you need them to be? Stop the run? Cool, we can do that. They've been doing it with spares at some spots. Some guy they're just like, who normally we wouldn't even know their names. We wouldn't even think to put them in the rotation.
Right.
But due to some that's out of our control, some that's in our control, due to those type of things, you've now found out, hey, we already knew that Micah Parsons was a bad man. You know what?
Oh, my gosh.
You just found another guy who can rush the passer. You know what else we found out? We knew that Diggs was going to be a good player. He got hurt last year, kind of slowed the progression. And I'll say this, I was wrong because last year I said when the season went downhill and they wanted to rush Diggs back to play, I was kind of like, you know what? This season is dead. Let him get fully healthy and then come back. And I was wrong because you let him go out there and play, and he got the experience. You know, whether good, bad, or indifferent, he did it. This year, Maybe it was, I don't know what it is. The jersey numbers, I don't know what it is.
He is a dog.
He is a junkyard dog.
I mean,
and he's like, he got that, you can tell when a dude got the swagger, right? He's walking around like, I'm going to tear you up.
He got cornerback one swag now.
Yes.
Last year, you could see it kind of developing, but you could also sense that, hey, I'm a rook, I'm a pup, I'm not the guy yet. This year, it was no doubt. It was no doubt he was the guy, and he's playing like it. Do you see how he's just attacking the rock all the way through the pass, even on his pass breakups?
3 games, 3 interceptions.
We can go further. 6 picks in 15 games as a starter. And I don't mean to rag on Byron because he does different things. Byron Jones played for the Cowboys for 5 years, accumulated 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
3 games in 2021, 3 picks.
Now, I will say this. Not defending Byron Jones.
Right.
Byron Jones didn't play in a defense that would allow him to be man-to-man like they are in this defense. I think Trayvon Diggs is getting a lot more opportunities because Dan Quinn plays more of an aggressive man-to-man type coverage. You've seen a lot more man-to-man in this defense this year than you've seen in years to come. You know, I'm sorry, in years before.
Years past, yeah.
With all the other defense coordinators that we had. So. But Trayvon Diggs has stepped up and said, hey, if y'all looking for a CB1, look no further. He here. And I know Lil Trayvon called him by his first name, but I saw somebody send out a tweet and they said, when Jalen Hurts gets into post game, he gonna say, my daddy's name Trayvon. That's what Jalen Hurts gonna say. He was all over the field, and he has a swag about him that I love. What's up, man? What's going on? What's happening, y'all? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Cowboy fans in full effect.
Yes, they are, man. Yes, they are. So, aside from Trayvon Diggs, who may be the MVP for the defensive side, I got to give the defensive line some credit. I think your buddy. I got to give the defensive line some credit. Osa Digizua, breakout game today. Breakout, absolutely. We want to talk about Javon Hargrave from that side. He absolutely abused Samalo and whoever the heck it was. Who's their all-pro center? Kelsey.
Yeah.
Kelsey. I mean, he was constantly in that backfield, constantly pressure. Don't look at the box score and see 2.5 sacks. It was way more pressure than that. We'll see the pressure stats when they come out. But have a day, Osa Digizua, Trayvon Diggs. And 3 games, 3 weeks, J-Ron curse. 3 games, 3 weeks. Hey, Star Gang in the building. What's going on? What's up? 3 games. Oh, y'all took that L, sir. I don't know why you want to see that back here. I know, but hey, appreciate you being here. J-Ron curse, man. I think it's a legitimate conversation now. I think you just let it ride. Let it ride, and then you find a way to get Dono involved. Flip it. Remember, I was thinking you start Dono, find a way to get J-Ron involved. This man is just constantly making plays. It may not have an interception today, but I seen him fight through about 2 or 3 blocks to get to a screen. He's coming downhill. He can guard the tight end. Yep. He can play the run. He can play back. I am really loving how J-Ron Curse is playing. So, I mean, I don't want to be prisoner of the moment, but does the prisoner of the moment count when it's 3 weeks? It's 3 weeks.
No,
3 games.
I'm with you. I'm with you. And we mentioned this before. I mentioned this before. This just gives you depth.
Yeah.
When you look at all the guys that we still have to return, whether it be from, injury, whether it be from whatever it may be, the depth that we're going to have, because these guys are getting experience. These guys and they ain't just like throwing them out there. They're playing. They're making plays. They're being integral parts of this defense, and that's going to pay huge dividends at the end of the year, because it's a long season. We added another game to this thing.
17 games.
So we don't know. At our luck right now, between COVID and injuries, we could be losing guys by the day.
It feels like weekly. I'm at the point now where I'm kind of waiting Thursday, right? Friday. I'm waiting for, a COVID thing to pop up because it just seems like it's a weekly thing. And it's not really a woe is me. It's just maybe the Cowboys are just having an outbreak, unfortunately, right? But as long as it's that and not season-ending injuries, this should make you feel very happy. Now, like I try to do coming out of any game, be it victory or not, where could they work on things? And one thing that I'm noticing is becoming a trend, be it in a victory or not, is big plays. They're giving up big chunk plays, and I don't know, Jesse, if it's because of the aggressive nature of the defense or what. I can't really pinpoint it yet. We got 3 games of tape now. I can try to go back and watch, but I wonder if that becomes an issue down the road.
Well, here's why the big plays are happening. Go back to the Legion of Boom days, okay? So when you're playing this aggressive style of defense, in your face, bump and run, attack you, your timing is connected to your coverage. Okay. So I'm expecting, we watched tonight with a mobile quarterback, when you get to Jalen Hurts and you miss, you've messed me up on the back end.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I have this mental clock, and I'm saying 1,000, 2,000, we should be home. And if we're not home by 1,000, you can put Deion Sanders back there. You just can't cover guys for 4 and 5 seconds at a time. So when you're applying that pressure and you're expecting guys to get home, you're expecting your Micahs, and we saw it today where you said, man, I don't even know how he got away from Osa a couple times, because the clock says that should be a sack. That should be a throwaway. That should be something that gets him off his timing. And when you don't have that up front, you throw my timing off in the back. So when he breaks containment, I'm like, oh, snap. I let him go, and they're throwing the big plays down the field.
It's funny because one of my things that I wanted the Cowboys to improve on Friday, after watching 2 games, it was nothing that I was saying as a conclusion or anything like that. It was just that sacks, right? Like, I understand pressures are amazing. Pressures are great, but sometimes you want it to finish, right?
Finish your food.
And the Cowboys came into the game ranked 31st or 30th in sacks with only 2. They come out the game, again, 2 weeks in a row now, where I'm like, man, so much pressure, but they only came away with 2 sacks.
Yeah.
Which is going to give them 4 in a year, which is going to continue to rank them in that 28, 29 range. Again, you got the W, but that's fine. We're trying to find where can we improve upon finish.
Right.
Finish those sacks, and I think you help your offense, your defense, everybody out even more. So, the schedule coming up is not a lot of Jalen Hurts running around, guys, but there are guys who, in regards to, say, Sam Darnold next week, who are now the mental processing is a little bit different. So hopefully the big plays don't hurt you moving forward like they did in week 1. They didn't hurt you in week 2 too much.
Almost.
Week 1.
Almost.
He here. I say, I hope he come back. It's an Eagle fan. What's that?
He want to talk. You don't get a chance. When you lose, you don't get a chance to talk. That's the rules. When you lose, you got to just deal with what we say. So until we see you at the second time of the year, you got to hold this L. You got to hold the 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 L. And you don't get a chance to talk. That's the rules. Okay? Cool. Back to what we were saying.
Anyway, got to hold it, brother. You got to hold it.
It's the rules.
It is, man.
That's the rules. Those be the rules. Those be the rules. That's the rules. I didn't make them. I didn't make the rules up. You hold the L, that means silence. That's Swahili for silence.
Hey, that's clue bomb. Drop that clue bomb on them, baby. Cowboys 41, Eagles 21. They get the 40-burger dropped on them. Man, this is the voice of reason, but he also the voice of truth. Truth, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, shout out right now. I think we got over, oh my goodness, we're over almost 600 deep. No, we're over 600. Over 600 total deep up in here. Shout out to you, Cowboys Nation, man. You guys are holding it down. Let me know who you have in the chat as your player of the game. One guy we didn't talk about enough, in my opinion, Dalton Schultz. Dalton, I gave him your credit after last year, but boy, oh boy. And I am a avid stan of Blake Jarwin. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Blake because I love the seam stuff. I love the big play stuff. But Jarwin, it's obvious he's the most complete all-around tight end. which now makes him obviously the tight end one, right? I had a fuss before the season. I don't care about tight end one. I don't care. They're not really the
you don't want to pair them together? You want to pair everyone
earlier
else,
they were
but you don't want to pair these two guys together.
They were Blake Schultz earlier, you know? I still kind of feel that way in the sense that tight ends, to me, aren't a feature of the offense. They're more of a byproduct of the weapons. But I just Dalton is just so efficient. How can you not like what he's doing? Dalton Schultz, how can you not like what he's doing? And if there is a tight end one, he's tight end one. If that's a thing. I don't think he's tight end one in the sense of we're going to target Dalton Schultz 10 to 12 times like a Kelsey. But if he needs to have a game like this, he can have a game like this and you can walk away with it. So you have to be happy with this depth on the offensive side of the ball at every level, really. Cedric Wilson, makes key plays last week, gets a touchdown this week. It's an exciting time right now for this offense. And with Dak being the driver of this Ferrari, he's killing it.
And the one thing, if we talked about it defensively, if we have to have a negative that's happening with the offense, it's got to be, in the words of Jerry Jones, Baez and Connor Williams.
Yeah, I had here struggling, and he continued. And really, Biotish had his troubles too. Biotish.
That's what I call Baez.
Oh.
That's what Jerry calls him. Jerry calls him Baez. Not Baez, but he calls him Baez. Biotish, he calls him Baez.
So Tyler Biotish and Connor Williams definitely are the weak links.
Yeah.
And we talked about it at halftime. It didn't really change too much after. You got to figure something out there. We're Jesse. I'm with you. You don't get to talk if you lose.
You don't. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. Connor was having a solid year, but who gives him trouble, right? The Vita Vea guys, the Hargraves, the Fletcher Cox. You're going to see those guys.
My thing is that it's not that. That's what I'm saying. Like it's too many of.
He constantly gets some.
Like it's too many of. They like looking at Connor Williams and Tyler, and they're like, you in the VIP and you ain't got no band on? Get out the club. Like they throwing him out the club, man. And like. It's Monday Night Football. That man's mom is watching. You can't get. It's Monday Night Football. You can't get thrown out of VIP like that. And they were throwing him out with one hand.
He threw the whole family out with that, man. The whole family. Shout out to. I'm sorry if I missed a couple different super chats here.
Super chat.
Jacody says the voice has spoken with the $20 donation, and if I missed another one, my apologies. David Z, $3 donation says, can you grade Kellen Moore's play calling tonight?
I'll go B-. I'll go B-.
I like that.
It wasn't A-worthy. The thing that frustrates me with Kellen Moore is Kellen Moore will put a series of plays together, and you be like, all right, we rolling, we go. And then he'll do something that's just so mind-boggling. It's the reverse on the goal line. It's the 7-step drop in the end zone, for the sack, fumble, touchdown. He does these things where you're like, just stick to the script. Yeah. Like, it's like everything is going well. And he's like, aha, let me go left. No, just keep going right. You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm with you. B-, and that's good. B- is not bad. You know what I'm saying? It's a good grade, and I'm still overall very positive on Kellen Moore so far.
And then the run, but Dak. I don't want Dak butt naked running to the
fam. And we talked about that, and I actually wrote it down. I think I scratched it out. I said Dak keeper because afterwards everything was fine, but I don't like – and we know what's wild? That was the same play, if I'm not mistaken, he messed his ankle up on last year. It was a first down run unnecessarily as Dak was getting in the groove, and that kind of threw off that possession. But, yeah, hey, Kellen, let's go ahead and scratch that play out the playbook. I know he was making fun of me like, you wanted to see Dak run. You're right, I did want to see him pull it, but that's more so – 3rd and 2 in the red zone. What are we doing 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line running Dak Prescott on that? One thing about Dak, and I love him, the agility, that ain't none.
He ain't got
that
it.
Ain't it.
Nope.
Okay? But if you need him to get you, 8 yards on the 3rd and 7, he'll do that. But whatever that was, toss that out the playbook. All right? We don't need him to do that. But yeah, I'll give him a B-. Take a B-. Anthony Brown, somebody says Anthony Brown still having issues. I'm not going to get on AB today. Not today. He had that interception. I know he gave up the one play, but I can't. I mean, who can I really get on the defense side of the ball? I know there were big plays, but there's not one singular person I can really get on, in my opinion, on the defense side of the ball. Not today. Not tonight.
No.
Not tonight. Kennedy's name's being brought up. Funny. We talked, I wanted to see Kennedy, and he gives up. Not only does he give up the 40-yarder, not only does he hold, and he has a pass interference. That is the trifecta, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to have as a quarterback. They said holding, number 31, decline. Pass interference, number 31, decline. 40-yard reception, accepted. Damn.
He's getting them all out. He's like, listen, let me get them all out in one play, and that way I can get it off my back.
Yeah, I want to go back. I'll go back and watch the tape and see how he played aside from that possession. But I can't help but when you talk about corners, think about Trayvon Diggs. It's hard for me to get my mind off him because he was just around the ball so much and smacking the ball around. And I don't know if we're giving Micah enough flowers. You know, we briefly mentioned him, but is he the best defensive player on this team right now? He got some competition with Trayvon, though.
Yes.
The best defensive player?
Yes.
I think it's becoming that, you know, how can you say no at this point? He can literally do anything. I talked about a play where he peeled. He was rushing, full head of steam. Notice, I think it was Miles Sanders or Gainwell catching a rock. He peeled off of it, and he beeline, and he didn't make the play, but he was right there to make the play if he didn't go out of bounds. No one on this team is doing that.
He had the same one where he was going to rush, saw it was a pass, saw the running back coming out, stopped, jumped, tipped the ball, incomplete pass.
Yeah, and if he didn't tip it, he's
it's Miles Sanders against someone in open space.
He's not normal.
No.
He's not normal.
No. We got the Cowboys got something seriously special in Micah Parsons. And I don't know to the extent it will go, but if the trajectory stays on course, right? No injuries or anything like that. Like you're talking about a DeMarcus Ware type of influence to a defense.
Absolutely.
A perennial Pro Bowler, a perennial first-team all-defense, and this is the kind of guy who can be a cornerstone of your defense, and you can continue to build around him. This young, and here's the funny part about it. He doesn't even know football yet. Like, that is the wild part about it. He doesn't even know. Like, he knows how to play football, but we're talking about a kid who's only been in the league for 3 weeks, right?
3 weeks.
Like 3 weeks.
And here's what's even more impressive. Running back, defensive end in high school. Only has 2 years to learn the linebacker position.
Yeah.
Becomes one of the best in the nation. Gets drafted to be a linebacker.
Set out a year.
Set out a year. Look, he gets drafted to be a linebacker. Only plays linebacker for a week. So he's not even mentally all the way settled in one position.
He doesn't even know football
This
yet.
doesn't even make sense. I mean, and again, call it hyperbole, call it what you want. I argue to find not another rookie, find another player that has the ability to be multiple in this way in the front seven.
The only guy that I know of that who actually did it, who was all pro and first team, all NFL at 2 positions was Khalil Mack. When he was first team DN and first team linebacker.
But see, so Khalil, and that's where I struggle with the outside linebacker tag.
But not a rookie though.
Not a rookie, but here's the thing with the outside linebacker tag. I label them as rushers. Like the TJ Watts, right? The DeMarcus Ware was technically an outside linebacker, but they're pass rushers. Whereas Micah is your Mike, well, was your Mike until the injuries happened. I don't know if it's a conversation anymore, folks. Maybe we could talk about it later this week. 2 weeks in a row, 2 solid weeks again, as a pass rush department. Caveat, 2 backups. We saw him on lane.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the same.
Right.
And I said it last week. I'll say it again. When he was on Dillard, though, he was cool.
Right.
But when you go up against some of these good tackles, don't feel pressured to have to play him at defensive end. Let him go back to linebacker and make plays there as well. Because here's the thing about our linebacker position right now. They have not been a liability, so that's a plus. Mind you, I'm not trying to get on our linebackers. But they also have not been playmakers.
Right.
Maybe that's not their job right now. They're just doing their job, and that's cool. But if we can somehow when you get D-Law back, or even not even now, when you start getting your rushers back, maybe if you get a playmaker and Randy at the front, right, and Osa, and you get your playmaker in the middle with Micah, and now you're seeing a plethora of playmakers in the back end. Diggs is getting interceptions. KZ's making clutch plays. Jaron curses everywhere. And for real, the playmaker back there isn't even playing in Donovan Wilson.
Right.
So I think to help your defense out, if the pass rush, the DEs get back, let's move Micah back. I'm still feeling that way, but.
And you made a great point to me. I don't know if it was pregame or we were just talking in between games. You said the thing about Micah is Micah honestly doesn't have any defensive end moves.
No.
Like, all he has is speed and strength. That's it.
Yeah.
So when he goes up against a Lane Johnson, like, Lane has seen all of the moves.
Seen the speeds. Yeah.
So it's like, I've seen speed, I've seen power, I've seen spins, I've seen TEs, I've seen all of that. So when Micah comes with that, Lane just grabbed him up, yoked him up, and said, hold on, young man, like, not here. Because an experienced right tackle is going to say, you got to have something better than that. You just can't beat me with speed because I know that. But when you switched him over and he was able to beat the backup guy with speed, then that's a different story. And that's the one thing about Micah is that for him to truly be successful at that rush end, we're not going to see backup right tackles and left tackles every single week.
Every week, yeah.
Like we've kind of got lucky the last couple of weeks.
It is what it is. We but here's the beauty of it, by the way, and welcome to if you're still, because people are still joining. This is the post-game show presented by Freeman Mazda, our guys down at Irving, Texas. Jesse Holley here, former Dallas Cowboy. Will Skywalker still here of A to Z Sports Dallas. Cowboys get the massive blowout, 41-21. Should have been more, but it is what it is. We'll take it. We'll take it. Right? We'll take it. But and here's the beauty of what's happening up there, Jesse. You're missing 8, I think I counted, 8 defenders on the defensive side of the ball, if I got it right. Anai, Neal, Hill, Gallimore, Wilson, I already said Anai, Armstrong, Lawrence, Watkins. I mean, a plethora of guys. And let's give some more flowers to Dan. We briefly touched on him, right? We briefly touched on him at the beginning of this here. But I think Dan Quinn, the way he's calling things so far, is he creeping back up to that stat? Now it's 3 weeks, but is he creeping back up to that status where you're going into the game saying, all right, not only do we have to defend against said player, we have to defend against the scheme. How many times have you had to say that as a Dallas Cow, as an opponent? I got to defend against Rob Marinelli. You didn't have to defend against Rob Marinelli. You had to defend against Mike Nolan. No.
But see, that's the thing about a guy like Dan Quinn. I played, when I was with the Cowboys, my first couple years there, Wade Phillips was our head coach, right? And Wade Phillips has always been known to be a defensive guru.
He is.
A defensive specialist. But when you make him a head coach, then the attention, the details are neglected. And he suffered. Then when he was removed from the head coach and he went to Denver and was just a defensive coordinator, Super Bowl. Same thing with Dan Quinn. When he was a defensive coordinator, superb, Legion of Boom. Then he goes and he gets hired in Atlanta to be the head coach. I can't be the head coach and have the attention to details on the defensive side. And they struggled. They went to a Super Bowl, but they blew a lead and lost to the Patriots. There are some coaches who are meant to just be coordinators. And I think Dan Quinn is in his sweet spot. When he can turn his hat to the back
sit up in that booth
and get down and dirty with the guys, that's where he's best. When I can get hand-to-hand with my guys, get down there, and I don't have to worry about the overall well-being of the team. I don't have to worry about injuries, and I don't have to worry about personnel and travel schedules and meetings and all that kind of stuff. When I can just focus in on my guys, on my scheme, on my plan, on my rotation, now all the attention to details are met. Everything is in line, and I can go out there and just do what I do best. And I think you're seeing Dan Quinn be in his zone. This is his sweet spot right here, to turn his hat to the back, to sit in that booth and just say, I'm calling the dogs, I'm calling the dogs, I'm calling the dogs. And some coaches are just built that way. Some can be head coaches and be coordinators. Andy Reid, he understands how to do that. But Bill Belichick, some guys just say, I'm a coordinator. Yes, I want the head coaching job. It pays better. and it gives me more security, but I'm not able to do what I do best. And I think Dan Quinn is back into that spot where he's saying, this is what I do. I'm going to turn my hat around, and I'm just going to get down and dirty and make this thing right here in Dallas. This defense, it's not a world beater defense, but God, dog, it is playing far greater than it did last year. 7 turnovers and 8 turnovers in 3 games. 8. We had 10 turnovers all last year.
Felt like it, yeah. It's a defense that is. At first, I talked about somebody asked, "Hey, is there a culture change?" I said, "Well, I feel like culture needs to be changed more than just a few months." So ask me, next year, or ask me at the end of the year if the culture has changed. I said one thing I'm noticing though is that the attitude has most definitely changed on this defense. In fact, they're flying to the ball harder and faster than they even did under Rod, and that was what Rod was known for.
Right.
What is saving? I don't want to say saving because that makes it sound like defense is playing bad. What is making this defense so much better than what we've seen in the past is that they are getting those turnovers. You talked about it. 8 turnovers, again, through week 3, leads the entire National Football League. The Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken, have the most interceptions now.
Yep.
That would be 7 interceptions. That's the beauty of it, too. 8 turnovers, only one of them are a fumble.
Right.
7 interceptions from, 3 or 4 or 5 different plays. It's just a beautiful thing to see. They're playing fast. Yep. They're playing on the balls of their feet, not on their heels all the time. And he's finding these things out. He's finding out what these guys can do. Like you said, I know what J-Ron can do now. Guess what? When Dono get back, I can play a little bit more. I know Micah. You know what I love? It really is truly multiple front 7. It really isn't much multiple in the back. It doesn't need to be. They have this package where they have the DTs kind of out wide or in kind of the C gaps, and then they'll bring Micah and Jalen or Micah and whoever right over the nose. It's kind of reminiscent of what the Bucs did. The Bucs did that to Dallas, and maybe it's copycat league, and they copied it. It's working. It's absolutely working. I love the combination of Micah and Osa. I talk about Wally Pipp a lot. I talk about old Wally because in the NFL it happens
all the time.
It happens
all the time.
And I'm not saying that Gallimore gets Wally because I think you can play Gallimore and Osa, but not a chance in hell I'm taking Osa Odigizua off the field. I'm not. So who would that be? Bohanna and Urban and Watkins? I got to sit the bench right now for Neville Gallimore because I think Gallimore and Osa could be a nice tandem too.
But the thing is that you don't have to worry about taking guys off the field. You've built a deep rotation now.
Yeah, I shouldn't say sit the bench. That's the wrong word. But these guys, that guy Gallimore will be in a rotation more.
But that's what I'm saying is when you have that kind of depth and you're able to put those level of players in your rotation, that only makes your football team better. Now I got guys who are high caliber guys, fresher. I got dogs that are fresh in the 4th quarter because my rotation, my drop off isn't so great. I got people that I'm bringing in that are dogs, and now that they are fresh in the 4th quarter, they're pinning their ears back and they're going to get the quarterback, and that is such a sweet thing to have. And the Cowboys are building something sweet right now with the guys being out, but the guys that are playing right now.
Somebody in the chat earlier was like, I wish I could see more snaps from Randy Gregory, but we kind of prefaced it with
last week.
We kind of prefaced it with you guys though that Dan Quinn likes to have there's a number. There actually is a number. They don't want to have these guys play more than 40 snaps, and they're kind of stubborn with it. Micah Parsons, your best player, multiple guy, played less than 40 snaps last week.
Right.
And that's because he played defensive end. They want this rush of road, and it's nothing new in Dallas. Marinelli wanted the same way, right? He wanted the orphans and things like that. This doesn't feel orphan-y to me, though. This feels like a real plan of attack, not, hey, pin your ears back, play the run to the quarterback. No, there seems to be a plan defensively, and again, I can't wait to watch the tape, where there's games being run. There's the big nickel, the blitzing, the timely blitzes are lovely. And man, it's a fun time if you love defense to watch this defense.
My only concern is, and we saw some of that tonight, the communication. When you have these multiple packages, you got to get guys on the same page. You got to have when you're subbing guys in and out for this package or that package, you got to get the communication there so guys know where they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to guard, because there were multiple times where there were tight ends running wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can't have guys running wide open when we have these different substitutions.
Hey, we got to give a special shout out to one of our resident guys up in here. Great subscriber.
Super chat.
Truckers Life 78, $50 donation. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man. He says, great show, guys. Keep up the good work.
I can buy groceries now. Thank you. I can buy food now, Trucker.
We can buy, look, he can buy the steak. He said, I bought steak and lobster and made it into a fried rice. So steak,
all
lobster,
I can afford now
rice.
is rice. You keep giving donations like that, I'll be able to afford steak, brother. Appreciate you.
I love what William Anthony says here. Quinn has everybody playing at a high level. I love that. Think about it. AB today played at a high level. At a high level. Jaron Kearse, career backup, is playing at a high level. These rookies, man, it kind of really honestly has me kind of wanting to see some of these other rookies, like Deshaun Wright and things like that. But right now, you don't have to. That's the thing about Jabril Cox. I absolutely thought we were going to see Jabril Cox today. Did he play a snap?
Maybe a snap.
He played a snap. Hey, Jay Tucker in the building.
I didn't see much of him.
Cowboys fan only. What's going on, brother?
Excuse my left. But here's the thing about this defense this year under Dan Quinn opposed to other years.
Yeah.
Not only are guys playing at a higher level with a much more aggressive, positive attitude. It's when you have, like, Micah Parsons. When you go in the film room and you're Jalen Smith, you're Leighton Vander Esch, and you see this young boy doing it, when you don't play up to that level, you stick out like a sore thumb. When you've been here for 4 or 5 years, and this young guy can come in 6 months and pick up multiple positions, you now start being looked around like, bro, what you doing?
Yep.
You know what? But that's infectious. It's an infectious type thing, and I think Dan Quinn gives that as well. We rag on Anthony Brown and we get on Anthony Brown because we're the media,
right.
We're on the outside looking in. But you know what Dan Quinn is doing? Dan Quinn is saying, "You're all right, you fine. I'm gonna keep playing you. I'm gonna keep putting you out there. We might not like it. We may talk about it, but I promise you, a play like today, when he gets an interception, that goes a long way. When Dan Quinn says, hey, get on the phone on the sideline, he gets on the phone on the sideline and he says, way to go, kid. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we can say whatever everything that we want, but Dan Quinn is telling these guys, I'm going to need you. You're going to be there for us. You're going to make a play for us. Keep chopping wood. Not Jason Garrett, but keep towing and keep playing, and it's going to come. Yes, you're going to have mistakes. Let it go. This is what Dan Quinn is telling them. But I'm gonna. Where else are we gonna go?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Dan Quinn is the guy saying, I need you. Play, keep playing, keep doing your thing, and it's going to come to you. And you saw it tonight where he gets an interception, but guys all across the board are playing with the level of confidence and the play has been raised, and now it's an excitable thing because everybody wants to go out there and be the one to make a play.
Yep.
When you have that kind of energy, I'm not comparing it to the Legion of Boom. I'm saying when you watch the Legion of Boom, everybody wanted to go out there and be a part of the action. I want to get it on the hit. I want to create the fumble. I want to get the pick. I want to get the tip. I want to do whatever it is that I have to do to get this defense excited and to make a play. That is an infectious type thing that you want to incorporate in your defense, and you're starting to see that with Dan Quinn and that defense.
You absolutely are. I mean, there's a reason why. Yeah, drink some water, boy. You just dropped some fire, boy. He just dropped some fire like the Cowboys just dropped the 40 burger. And like my guy, Champion Shape 7, with the $99 donation.
We getting to that steak, man. We getting to that steak.
He dropped listen, you dropped the $99 donation. You could have put a whole paragraph, but he said, you know what?
Word.
I respect you, Champion Shape 7.
Thank you.
That
Thanks, champ.
Brother. Appreciate that. We are almost at 1,000 deep up in here, man. This has been amazing. We're going to close it out here in a quick second. Final words here, final thoughts for
We
the
should get some.
post-game show.
Do you want to get questions or we got to go?
We can get questions. Oh, you mean like on the mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, if people are, if they're down, I'm absolutely down, man. Hey, Nick, you want to try to get some questions?
Nick, you want to get some questions from some of the fans before we close it out?
I can get
Or
some
nah?
questions.
What do you guys want to do? Our boss is here, so we got to make sure.
What you want? You want to get questions? Hold up.
Who are the best 2 linebackers? Micah Parsons and Parson Micah.
Here, let me set it up real quick. I didn't know if we was going to do it in post game.
Why not?
But let me say, I'm down, man.
We ain't got nowhere to go. It's jumping out here in Texas Live.
It is. One
Listen,
second.
if
Bear
you
with us, man.
if you have not been to Texas Live on game day, you are missing out.
Yeah, I
if
tell
you
them
got
every
tickets to the game, great. God bless you. You make a lot of money. You can go to the game. That's great. But I'm telling you, the experience at Texas Live is phenomenal.
It's different, man.
It's different. The people are dope. The atmosphere is dope. Everything is dope here at Texas Live. And you know what's the dopest? The dopest of the
check.
dope.
Check.
Oh, we check. We good. The dopest of the dopest is we here. We here. We here all day. We here before. We here at halftime. We here after. So come talk to us. Come chill with us. Come buy us a slice of pizza.
Y'all see on the fan cam.
The fan cam.
Hey, Star Gang is really in the building, man.
They lit the whole game.
Shout out to
here.
Star Gang. Spoonie's up in here.
Yeah, they
We got
lit.
Man Yellow, my boy Nix is up in here. Okay, Star Gang in the building. That's the fan cam, and that's not even all the fans, man.
No.
That's just we gonna fix the fan cam for next week. But it's really popping in here. But we gonna get some questions, and we'll get it answered here. While we got about where we at here, man? We about over 800 deep up in here. So let's get some questions popping. We got a microphone, huh?
Sure. Hey, guys.
What up, Nix?
The mic went out.
Oh,
Did
the
you
mic.
Did you hold on. Okay, go ahead. You go ahead down. You good.
40 burgers on deck. I know no one really thought it was going to go down the way that it went down.
No.
Dak, again, very efficient, right?
Yes.
Not over the top, Tampa style, just, hey, here's the game plan, very efficient. What did you think about Dak and what his performance was tonight, guys?
Fish. That was the word we used pregame. I said this might be another game like last week where Dak just needs to be efficient. 21 to 26, 3 tutties. That's the perfect definition. Efficient.
We live in this world where sometimes we think, oh, if he doesn't throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, that he didn't have a good game. No. What is required? What is required for us to win the football game? And I think Dak is getting into that place, into that groove where he's saying, I got this. If I got to throw 60 times, I'll throw 60. If I got to throw it 21 times, I'll throw it 21 times, 30 times. Whatever it needs to be done for us to win. And I thought that this game had to be a dominant win. And Dak was dominant. This offense was dominant. This entire team today was dominant. And so he did exactly what you had to do to win this football game.
Is that on?
So after seeing Micah Parsons at linebacker and 2 games at defensive end, where do you think that his fit is going to be moving forward for the Dallas Cowboys?
Linebacker.
I think it should still be linebacker. Here's why. I want playmakers at every level. I said this earlier, I like what LV's done. I like what Jalen's done. They're doing their job, but they aren't playmakers. And if you get D-Law back, you got your bookends. Now let's see if we can get a playmaker in the middle of that field to go with the back end. That's no knock on the other guys. It's just that Mike is so damn good. Really, he can play anywhere. But when you get D-Law back, those are your rush-ins. Let them rush.
And to your point, to steal your point again, like Micah is doing some good things at defensive end, but he's doing it against backup tackles.
Yeah, I didn't even bring that up. Yeah.
He's doing that. He's doing it against backup tackles, and Micah doesn't have the moves, the hand placement as a Randy Gregory or a DeMarcus Lawrence. So when we get further into the league, into the year, and you're going up against solid tackles on both ends, and you just can't beat them with speed and athleticism anymore. Like when you go back and watch the tape,
watch Lane Johnson.
Watch Lane Johnson.
Watch Lane Johnson.
When he rushed on Lane Johnson, Lane was like, chill out, young fella. Like, relax. I'm not going for all that speed nonsense. So I think for him, the best place is put him back at linebacker, but then sprinkle in a little bit every now and again at rush.
Yeah. Hey, keep going. Anybody else?
Eagle fans, you don't get a chance to talk.
I think it went
you
off.
You lost, so you don't get a chance to talk.
It's still not picking up. Is it on?
We're not hearing you.
Yeah, we're not getting anything. Hold on.
This is the beauty of being out here with us at Texas Live. Like, the experience is phenomenal. We got a live broadcast going in. People have just come from the game. We're having a fantastic time. The Cowboy fans are lit out here. She back there waving her pom-poms and everything. I see you back there. So come out, man. If you're in the DFW area, even if you got tickets to the game, come out and see us pregame. Pregame with us. Pregame with us. Then come back and see us postgame. Don't stay in Jerry World. Go see the game and then come back and kick it with your boys. Because we live, man. The people out here, we good.
Check.
All right, now
you changed the channel.
All right, I got a question, man.
All right.
With how well Kearse has been playing, when Donovan Wilson comes back, what are we going to do at the safety position?
I talked about that earlier. I said this. Is 3 weeks living in the moment? Is that living in the moment?
No.
If 3 weeks is not living in the moment, Kearse got to stay the starter, and then you find a way to get Dono mixed in there. But they both can play similar roles, you know, that big nickel, box, play back. But J-Ron Kearse has Wally Pipp. I talk about it all the time, man. Wally Pipp. Dono might have got Wally Pipp.
Hey, guys, listen. We've struggled at safety for years. All right? We've struggled at safety for years. I am so happy that we can say, like, confidently, you know what? We don't got one guy back there. We got two decent guys back there. And what happens now is when you get you might not get Tank back this year. You may, who knows? But when you get a full lineup up front, and now I can merge my back end with my rush front end, that's what's going to help us get to where we need to get to at the end of the year, because we've struggled in the back end at the safety position. Now we got guys back there that are actually making plays and that are that are competent. So it's a crazy concept, you know, having safeties on the back end in the pass happy league. Go figure. It took us 12 damn years to get there, but I feel like we're going in the right direction.
I got to give a quick shout out. Chuck is like, $150 donation, bro.
Let's go.
I got to get that GIF, right?
I quit, Zach. No, I'm playing.
He said now you can get some steak. So,
and lobster.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And it was another $5 donation, too, man.
Listen.
Who got the mic, man? Any more questions, Cowboys fans?
Nick, any more questions?
Any more questions, Cowboy fans?
Hey, how far do the 2021 Dallas Cowboys go this year?
Ooh.
As far as the 2021 Dak Prescott will take us. That's real talk. And for me, for Dak Prescott, you and I have had this discussion. Twitter Roar has had this discussion. Where do you rank Dak Prescott among the elite quarterbacks of the league? You want to get in that conversation with with the Bradys, the Rodgers, the Mahomes? You carry your team to that next level, you get in that conversation. Until then, you'll always be in the top of that second tier until you carry your team to a place that they have not been to in a very, very long time. So this Cowboys football team will only go as far as your $160 million quarterback takes you. With the help of other pieces, you need those pieces. But at the end of the day, what you saw last night from that guy in Green Bay, right?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, game's on the line. I don't need timeouts. Give me 37 seconds. I got you. So taking your team to that next level, now you get into that conversation with the elites. Very good quarterback. Dak's a great quarterback. This is a quarterback-driven league, period. The good ones take their teams to the playoffs and beyond. The ones under that tier get to the playoffs and out in the first round. It's time for Dak to take that next step for the 2021 Cowboys.
I think where they finish is to be decided. I think this is a playoff team. But my whole gripe for the Cowboys over the last couple years is, how do you play against championship caliber teams? How do you play against really good teams? And they haven't been able to finish. So I want to see them do that against Kansas City, right? Who else is on the schedule? An Arizona Cardinal team, who I think is a playoff caliber team. Like, beat those teams, and then I can have a discussion about how deep of a playoff team you can be. But you know me, I'm a week-to-week type of guy, but if you can stack, I hate to use Jason. We've been using a lot of Jason Garrett.
No.
A lot of Jason Garrettism. Stack good days on top of good days, stack good games on top of good games. That's great. But you don't want to stack, I'm beating up on the weak links, and then we're losing to Tampa's. You're losing to the Cardinals. Right. You're losing to Kansas City. Well, how can I go into the playoffs feeling confident? I understand it's a tournament and any given Sunday, but how can I feel confident when you got to go play Tampa again? When you got to play Aaron Rodgers again? Right. So the finish is to be decided, but the process to get there, I think it's a playoff team. So,
gotcha. Any more questions?
Any more? We good?
Okay, this is for Jesse.
Okay.
Okay, tonight, everybody talked last week about Pollard and Zeke.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say Zeke's Zeke, okay? Tonight, did Zeke prove to the world that Zeke going to be Zeke, Pollard's going to be Pollard, and that's a good scheme to have both of them do what they do best?
I don't know who the people were. It wasn't me. Because my whole thing is this. We were not we. A lot of people. Not us. Yeah. A lot of people were prisoners of the moment. They saw Tony Pollard have a good game, and they're like, oh, Tony Pollard should get off. Now, I will say this. There is a noticeable difference in the burst between Tony Pollard and Zeke. It's always been that. But you saw what Zeke's worth is tonight. You saw what Zeke's worth was in week 1 when you got to pick up blitzes from dogs coming at your quarterback all week long. I told Sky before this, he kept saying Tony Pollard and Zeke. I said, hold on, cuzzy. Hold on, cuzzy. You saying Tony Pollard name a little bit too much for me. Man. Zeke first, then Tony Pollard. All right? And it's a great combination to have. It's a good problem none to have.
It's not even a problem.
It's a good problem. It's a good problem. Who's going to get the ball, whatever. But, again, this team is better when Zeke is running the ball efficiently and effectively and then having Tony Pollard as a secondary option.
It's anybody that wants to put one on the other or anything like that, it's backwards thinking to me.
Right.
The league is now a 2 running back league. It is. This isn't 1992. Right. This isn't when we had Emmett. This is a 2 running back league. If you don't have 2 backs that can do things, multiple things, be it one a pass catcher, one thunder, one lightning, one a blitz, pick up the blitz, you gotta have that. Go look at Kansas City. Go look at Cleveland. They have 2 studs, but they're 2, right? There's hardly ever that. The year that 2018, I think it was, the Rams went to the playoffs on the back of who? Todd Gurley. What happened when he got to playoffs?
Yeah.
He was worn down.
Yeah.
He was worn down, and they got to the championship game, and they couldn't do jack because they didn't have a backup that could help you. So it's a 2-back league. Be happy you got 2 backs. This is not a problem.
The only problem that comes across is that
money.
One of your backs
talk about
15.
Money.
I'm just saying.
It's over, but that's over, Jesse.
You're right.
If this is the offseason, we can talk about money.
Right.
You have a great situation. I don't view it as a problem.
Yes.
It's a good thing. Is that it for Cowboys Nation?
We got one more. Ladies.
Mariella got to get on it, Mariella.
Hi. Hi, how
We got to back up just a little bit.
What's your question?
Just in general, like, first impressions about the defense or whatever they did tonight. What do you think?
Listen to me.
Tonight, I think for me, first impressions tonight is they took another step. They took another step in the right direction. Each week, I want to continue to see the defense get better and better and better and better. Tonight, we saw the dog of Trayvon Diggs come out. And that's a good thing because we've been lacking that dog at the cornerback position for a long time, right? We thought we had it with Brandon Carr, not so much, right? We thought we drafted one in Mo Claiborne a couple years ago, not so much. We saw moments of it happening last year, then he got hurt. But I think what you saw tonight was a guy who was motivated, maybe because it was the Alabama thing. I'm guarding one of my Alabama boys and my Alabama quarterback. But you saw tonight him take the next step. And that's all I want to see. Every week, take the next step. Be better than you were the week before. continue to progress, continue to grow. Because at the end of the day, this ain't going to be the 85 Bears. This ain't going to be the 2000 Ravens. We don't need them to be that.
Nope.
What we need them to be is competent. What we need them to be is opportunistic playmakers. Don't lose the game for us, okay? Be able for us to lean on you a little bit. And I thought tonight was another step in the direction of this defense, kind of almost saying, you know what? I know everyone talks about our dominant offense and our quarterback and our running back and our receivers, but damn it, we here too.
Yep.
We here too, and I thought tonight they showed a little bit of, damn it, we here too, give us a little bit more respect.
I think it was a bit of validation for the defense. Yes, it's not against this juggernaut of a offense or anything like that, but like I said, coming into this game, this was the opportunity to put it all together tonight.
Yeah.
Get the pressures, get the turnovers, keep the score low, perform in the red zone. Now they ultimately ended up scoring a touchdown later in the red zone, but let's just be real. This was a dominant performance defensively. The good thing about it is that you can pull some things out of it to get better at, right?
Yep.
Those big plays and things like that, some penalties and things like that. And that's what I like about what's happening so far. Even with the good, after wins, you can go in and pull some things out to be better at.
Right.
So I think the defense validated themselves, at least to me. I don't think when you get turnovers 3 games in a row like this, when you lead the league after 3 weeks, this isn't an accident.
Right.
This is not an accident. And a lot of these turnovers is a byproduct of Dan Quinn's system.
Yep.
And the guys playing fast and smart and confidently in the system. I don't see that changing. This isn't a situation like we're in KC where the Cats fumbling and things like that. You know that's going to change.
Right.
That's going to stop.
Right.
Because that's stuff they don't do.
There's a difference between turnovers and takeaways.
Woo! Tell 'em.
There's a huge difference.
Talk about.
Turnovers are, maybe they fumble, maybe. Takeaways is what Trayvon Diggs did today. That's a takeaway. That's give me your lunch.
AB too.
AB, that's give me your lunch, right? There's a huge, and the Cowboys are getting takeaways. They ain't lucking into stuff, because sometimes on a turnover, you can luck into a turnover every now and again, right? But when you create takeaways, when you punch a ball out, when you step in front of it and go all hands on a pick six, that's a takeaway.
2 weeks in a row, he's jumped balls like that.
But he catching better than some of the receivers.
Well, he was a receiver.
That's true.
He was a receiver.
But yeah, and that's what I love about this defense, man. And we'll continue to. I hope that we continue, and I believe that we'll continue to see the progression.
Trucker's Life again, man. Trucker's Life been real nice to us today, man. Shout out to you for another donation. If I missed other ones, apologies. We're talking to the fans here. He says Trey Diggs is a strong dog. 3 picks in 3 games, man. He's becoming the trend of being elite.
Yep. Shut down.
Right?
Can we say that?
Kind of. I mean,
almost.
Almost. He shut down Mike Evans.
Yep.
He shut down Devontae Smith. Now Keenan Allen got all loose a little bit on him, but he got that pick.
Right.
So that's why I don't even like to use the term shut down no more in 2021. You know why? The defense is hard to play right now. They're going to get catches or whatever. Can you make plays?
Yeah.
Make plays on the ball, get turnovers. He is one of the best playmakers at cornerback, and you got to love it. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. This has been an explosive post-game show brought to you by Freeman Mazda. Hey, shout out to my guys and girls who asked questions. I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Shout out to these Eagle fans here too. Oh, you want a question? I appreciate these Eagle because they've been cordial and respectful.
Yeah.
So I respect that.
You gotta be respectful when you get the door.
So I will say that's definitely a big win for the Cowboys. Yep. But my question is, NFC East is a little weak. Okay. Birds are not going to be good. No. Washington, New York, not going to be good.
No.
Do you think actually the Dallas Cowboys can compete against the Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and Rams of the world? Because beating up on the Eagles, I was hoping for better product, but that was a bad performance. Yeah. But could the Cowboys compete against the rest of the top of the NFC East? NFC.
I'm going to take the word he used. He said compete. We've seen them compete.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about them competing. I've seen them compete against Aaron Rodgers. I've seen them compete against Tom. Can they beat them? That's what I want to see. I got to see. Show me. I'm from Iowa type. Show me state.
Iowa?
Ain't that the Show Me State?
No, hell no.
Wait, what's the
Iowa?
Show Me State? Missouri.
What the hell are you talking about, Iowa?
One of them obscure states.
the hell is that, Zach? Iowa?
Social studies was not my strong suit.
Clearly. I never heard that. I'm from Iowa. Whatever. Who the hell says that?
This show, and I apologize, Missourians, because they're probably going to get on me in the chat.
Oh, they should.
I apologize,
They
Missourians.
should.
But my fans know I get all these mixed up. Show me is the point.
Yes. You're from Missouri. You might be from Iowa. I don't know. You might be from Iowa.
I guess they can, right? I guess anybody can beat anybody. Show me that they can.
I agree with you. I mean, we've been here before.
This guy drunk. I'm drunk off this win.
Yeah, he is drunk off this win. Like we've been here before, right? We've had years where we've started out strong and played strong and done all we had to do, and then when it came to the time to put up or shut up, Aaron Rodgers sends us home. It's happened to us time and time again before. This is a long football season. I think for the first 3 weeks, this team is trending in the right direction. They're trending in the right direction. In these next 2 games, they should be dubs, and this team should get better and better and better. But until we go out and we not compete, but beat your Kansas Cities,
beat them,
beat your Arizonas, beat your Saints of the world, those type of teams, it's still going to be, we hope. And if
we don't like to live by that hope creed.
We can't live by the hope. We can't live by the wish factor. We gotta. I wish.
No, we gotta live by the wish factor. We wish y'all would do this. So we
wish we would win. That's what we wish.
We're on a hope factor right now.
We can't live by the hope factor.
All right, man. It's about that time. Listen, I don't got no hat yet. I don't got no suit yet, but I do got some victory shades. I'm gonna take off my real clear eyes, and I do got some victory shades, Cowboys Nation. If you feeling that 41-21 victory down there, wherever you at, Dallas Cowboys fans, can I get a hell yeah?
Clack 2 beer cans
together, baby. If you feeling that victory, Cowboys Nation, can I get a hell yeah? That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for joining us today, A to Z Sports. I'm Will Skywalker still. Jesse Holley, he always trying to show his muscles up in here. Cowboys get the victory, 41-21. Check me out tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central. We will be live to talk about this. I might not have a voice, but it's all good. Love y'all, Cowboys Nation. Salute. Now I gotta put my real shades back.